Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, morning.
Good morning, Raja.
How's it going?
Good. I got into those gold cells right at the very top. Didn't realize it was going to drop like that.
Oh, nice.
I
Wha
closed quick though. I got 20 pips. I closed. I don't know what caused it.
Wow. What was the reason you got in the cells?
It was at resistance and it wasn't going above.
Hmm. From the 15 minute?
Yeah.
Interesting. Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this drop came out of nowhere.
Trump, Trump, Trump. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, I was only going for like that wick fill for like 10 pips.
Yeah, I don't even know what made that happen. It wasn't Trump, pretty sure. He's asleep right now. Yeah, it wasn't Trump.
Ah, it wasn't Trump. Okay.
Come on, man.
Good morning, everyone.
Daily effects. Yeah, I don't know. There was a little fart. There's a little fart in the market. Can't find it. Can't find what made that happen.
I closed gold just in time.
Yeah, gold is ranging hard on the 4 hour. Gold's in a range. GJ, it's going to be a no trade zone today. You got support? Actually, this whole thing is bullshit. Let me just make it more clear right here. There's only so much you can do with this now. Yeah. GJ, you can't do anything about it.
Did Trump tweet it or something? Because I can't find anything that made gold drop down.
Yeah, same here. Can't find anything. CAD CPI later.
What's this? The snake stream?
Smoke screen?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know about touching gold today, man. With the whole impeachment thing, might be going account hunting mode. Trump's
Yeah.
impeachment vote.
Yeah. Oh, it's today.
Yeah, yeah, it's today.
Vote.
Yeah.
So this vote is going to say if Trump is going to get impeached or not.
Yep.
I don't think it's happening.
I don't think it's happening either, but it could probably bring a lot of bullshit to the markets, up and down.
Yeah. I think all that vote is just going to be to make certain people happy. Like, okay, you want to vote? Here you go. Here's your fucking vote. That's all it's going to be, I think.
Yeah, but imagine he gets impeached, stocks are gonna die. It could be a setup.
Holy
It
fuck.
could be setting gold will fly and stocks will die, man. Dow Jones and shit.
That's
That
going
might
to
be
be nuts.
Yeah, but I doubt it though. I don't
There's
think he's gonna impeach, right?
no,
Nah.
no. There's a
No.
100% chance that he is impeached. There's a 0% chance that it passes the Senate at the next vote. Yeah, that makes sense.
But just that bullshit alone can, you know what I mean? Gold be up and down. Some hectic moves.
Yeah, up and down, Pandy Gordo.
This guy.
Yeah, gold is a no. How big is this range here? 1479. That's a 40 pip range.
It fell there like 1 minute. Did you see it?
Yeah,
The
I
1 minute.
know. Yeah.
Gold about to take some man's accounts today. I'm not being a part of it. I'm gonna look at. Like AUD USD, Euro NZD is looking nice. What else we got? USD CAD is still looking nice for some sells. If CAD CPI is good, should be good for the winter seasons. You know. AUD USD looks like it's ready
Oh.
for buy. Breaks above the zone.
Oh, I just had some sneezes over here.
Congratulations.
I started sneezing like 4 or 5 times. I had to put myself on mute. Oh, USD CAD is falling over here.
Yeah, we win themselves, but it might just be setting up for news, so we're waiting.
Yeah, they're expecting bad. Oh, actually, you know what? This is gonna come down. Look at this daily.
You want to see the analysis we got right now, or no? That we've been calling, or no?
See, I gotta be very careful in looking at anything from your side. I gotta be very careful because
Well, because we know what's gonna happen. Just don't take my calls. Yo, who fast forwards the video?
Which one?
Never mind, man. This guy
What?
never. So we already caught the Euro NZD buys, like on that breakout. See that green arrow?
Hmm.
And then we're looking for the retest now to continue it up. And
Which?
then
Which green arrow?
on the Euro NZD. Zoom in. Maybe you gotta zoom in.
Where do you see it?
Where are you looking?
I'm looking at my screen right now. Which?
Oh shit! I'm not looking at your screen. Okay, one sec. Where are you?
I'm looking at USD CAD right now.
Oh, sorry. We're in USD CAD from earlier.
Oh.
We did that nice retest.
Yeah, they're expecting bad news for CPI, but I don't think it's gonna be bad. Let's see what happens. Overall, daily, it broke the low of the previous daily now. So you're looking at what? 1.31150?
What for TP on USD CAD?
Yeah.
1.305.
Oh, 305. Okay, lower than that.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. If you look left, it's last previous low. If you look left on the 4 hour.
Yeah. That's the daily low too, 1.305.
Yeah, but I'm not expecting that today because we're trying to like hold it a little bit. But for today, it would be nice if it goes to, like that the previous low is already made. Where are you looking? 1.315.
3115.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the daily wick fill too. Like if CPI is good, this thing should just drop. Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's been ranging hard.
Yeah. GJ's been ranging hard. GJ's a no trade today. The House vote to impeach won't do much. Everyone already knows that the majority of the House are voting to impeach. It's priced in. Stock market going up, even though the public knows what to vote.
Yeah, that's what they always say. And then look what happens.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Oh, that's where you post the charts. Some signal provider I know was in AUD CAD buys. Let's take a look here. Wow, I don't think it's gonna. I think it's dropping. Well, it's gonna be fun today. It's gonna be fun times today. Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Long time no chat.
Yeah, just been, working in the shadows.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I'm done for the year.
Excellent.
It's shitty now, right?
Yeah,
Nothing's
it's pretty.
doing anything.
No. GJ's just ranging, and I mean, gold just does what it does.
Yeah, gold has been real messy this week. It's
Yeah.
waiting for something. It's done nothing. It's probably going to do something before the year's out.
Yep.
Yeah. So when you finishing?
I'm done. Like I was done yesterday. I'm just hanging out till Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you going away?
I'm flying on the 26th.
Nice.
I'm flying on the
Cool.
26th, coming back on the 7th Jan.
Okay. So do you celebrate Christmas?
Nah, not really. No,
Not really, no.
it's not part of our culture.
Yeah. fair
But
enough.
Merry Christmas to you, mate.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone who's listening.
Thank you for you too.
Yeah, I've started eating way too much too early already.
Yeah, I've been trying to limit what I eat.
And Christmas food is just the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what caused this gold drop. Can't find anything.
Yeah, I saw that. Crazy. Thing is, like when it's low volume like this, the smallest thing can make a silly move.
Yeah, that's true.
Such light volume, you only need, like you said, I think I heard you say it's like a fart in the market and it spikes like that.
Yeah, some crazy crashes happen too in this low volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, volatility spikes.
Yeah.
Trump did this move. No, Trump didn't do anything.
Oh shit, torch account is doing actually good.
Really?
Yeah, torch account is at 3,800 right now.
Up 800.
Yeah, very nice.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I don't think gold is dropping below 1476. But hey, anything can happen with gold. Like I don't even talk about gold.
I was thinking, like, if it's gonna drop, it's gonna go to 1470, then set up buys. But it's a lot of uncertainty on the market and shit still going on. So
Yeah, like it's between two very strong zones.
it's just in a garbage 40 pip range for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Kind of ping pong that like crazy.
It was fun chatting. Oh yeah, me and Iron Man chatted last night. We had a little chitty chatty.
Why do you guys hype this, man?
I wonder what Trump's going to say about this impeachment vote.
He's just gonna say like fake news. I'm not going anywhere.
What's the vote? Who's voting? Is it like the House or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
the Senate.
Democrats. I mean,
So what they're voting whether yes they think he should be impeached or no he shouldn't.
yep. And they have, but then it's not gonna pass. You know what I mean? After that, so
So if there's more yeses than no's, what happens then?
goes to the next stage.
Okay.
They can take it to the- But I don't think it's. They're voting, but like I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
So if
See,
they vote and
It's not
obviously
gonna go
there's
anywhere.
more no's, then is that it? It's over?
see, even if they vote yes, it's not going to go forward.
Well, if they vote no, then you should see stock markets will probably rocket, gold will die.
Yeah, if they vote no, then it'll be more of a shocker actually. But they're expected to vote yes, but I don't think it's
Oh,
volatile, man. I'd rather wait for gold to either break 1480, and then you got a 100 pip range, or just go down to 1470 and buy it there.
oh, if they vote no and gold dies, then Wyckoff becomes true.
So doesn't I don't really know too much about American politics, but isn't the majority in the Senate or whatever
They're on Trump's
Democrat?
side. No, they're on Trump's side.
Oh, they're on Trump's side. Okay.
You have the House, which is owned by the Democrats, and they're the ones that are going to pass the first stage. But the House and the Senate both need to agree to impeach a president, and the Senate is Republican owned, so
Okay.
it'll just die there.
Okay, got you.
Oh, it'll be just like a failed firecracker. Alright, what's this? What is this? Sell stop on GJ. Oh, EJ. Well, yeah, it makes sense. You got a sell stop, you got a stop loss, you got to take profit. Makes sense. But are you in the business to make sense or dollars?
Ooh,
Ooh, that's the thing. Oh, 67% of the Senate needs to vote impeachment. Oh, this will be wild. You know, the only thing I'm going to wait for is CPI, and that's it. I'm just going to wait for CPI, and I'm going to put pendings for CPI and call it a day. I think that's a good idea. Yep, I guess that's what I'm going to do. Alright, GJ is ranging. Can't make this clearer than this. Ranging. Ranging means no trade because we don't know where it's gonna go. It's just, you know, very weird situation here, GJ. There's no trade on GJ. GP CAD also looks bearish, just like USD CAD here. The 30-minute candle is closing bearish. The previous one was a bullish candle, kind of like a booby trap candle. You know, so if the next one is going to head down, it should stay below the high of the previous one, and potentially, you know, well, it's a big stop, 18 pips, 20 pips. But the gain is much more. Yeah, looking left on GPCAD. It's clean candles. Clean candles going down to, oh no, this is daily. Yeah, I think it still has some room to come down if it's going to come down. The thing is that Torch account doesn't realize that he's trading in a range. That's the whole problem. Do you trade USD Mexican? No, not really. Nope. See, this could.
What?
Yeah, yeah. What?
No, I thought I was muted. My bad.
Oh. Yeah, this could be a nice sell-off here, because this candle closed below these two candles, these candles. If this one stays below the high of the previous one, it's a clean move down. This is CAD CPI. We gotta be careful about CAD CPI. Could use pendings. This is a what? Oh, this is a 30 pip move down on USD CAD. That means GP CAD can also come down. Okay, what's this? GJ, 5 minutes. Someone's got a, oh, his pitchfork. You got a, so okay, you got a sell limit up there. Okay, perfect. Makes sense. I think it'll be better to wait for it to break consolidation rather than try to, you know, take a trade in consolidation. Gold. Oh, someone's looking for sells on gold. 1482. Yeah, that makes sense.
1490.
1490. Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, you're looking at sells right at resistance, you know. So the thing with gold is sometimes it just keeps spiking through resistance. So you got to be very careful at this sell. I think you'd be better off by taking a buy above 1480, as Jeevan mentioned. That'd be a much safer trade. Where are you originally from? I'm from a country right next to India, Pakistan. The best country in the area over there. No visual, question mark. Well, I guess you gotta refresh the screen or something because we got visuals here. All kinds of visuals. Will gold fill the wick? Well, at this point, gold can do whatever it wants. Because this drop came out of nowhere. And I'm staying far away from gold. Can you speak Pashto? How can I, Maras? Stop Pashto khabar hai. Yeah, that was me speaking Pashto. Oh god damn, looks like Bitcoin isn't gonna go to 500,000 anytime soon. Damn, just keeps dropping and dropping. Actually, this was a pretty good trade on Bitcoin, this weekly to come down to fill this wick here. Now that I look at it. But it only dropped like what, $1,000 almost. Not
Yeah,
even.
but see, if it goes, it breaks this low, it can go to 5,000.
Yeah, I see it.
You got space. So
I see it.
when you
Yeah,
got this area.
and this is a weekly chart too.
Yeah.
I mean, if this chart was on gold, man, I'd be selling this.
We can go below this.
Yeah. Gold on the daily looks weak. Yeah, gold on the daily looks like all kinds of things here, right here. See, this is the thing. If gold breaks below 1474, it's going down. It's going like 1470 and then further down to 1464, 63. Because then it's going to be rejecting this entire resistance zone over here. This hole is a, what's this called? A supply. Yeah, so supply area. Just look at it. And then Mr. Wyckoff is going to come true. It's going to go boom. You gotta wait. Oh, there goes GP CAD. GP CAD, it's going to go downtown.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep, we can hear you. Can I ask why GJ still ranges after good CPI? That's a very interesting question.
Probably because like the focus back on Brexit now, right? So you have conflict, like you have good data, but you also have the focus back that Brexit's going to be delayed till December 2020. And all the trade agreements. So.
But see, looking at CPI wasn't massively good either. Like the last one was 1.5, the expected 1.4, it came at 1.5.
Yeah, and we've got Bank of England tomorrow, and it's the 18th of December. That's why.
Yeah, that's true too. Interest rates tomorrow. USD CAD is faking. Faking for what? USD CAD is going to be a good news today. Can you check this out, bro? Yes. That's why we are here for you. Okay. What's there to check out over here?
Yeah, but
Steven was waiting for it.
I was waiting for it too. I was like, all right.
You paused and Steven was like, oh, here it comes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're going to check out some amazing chart. God damn. Man sends a chart with 2 boxes on it. Nice. So it's just so retarded. Like, what to check out? Either you think like we can read your mind right now and just kind of guess what you're trying to say, but man, come on.
I think he's looking for a retest and continuation to that blue line up top, maybe? I don't know. No idea.
I basically don't know, don't care. All right. What's this, sir? Check this. Okay, sir. Let's check this. Oh, GU back to where it belongs. Orders are getting in at the support. Might see new highs. Or might see new lows.
You need to show, like, you know what I mean? Like you could have moved this chart so much more to the right, so we could have saw more was going on to the left. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's okay.
GU, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, GU looks like it can drop, man. There's a wick right over here. Yeah, looks like it can drop further. Come on, GP Cat.
You trading GCAD this morning?
GP Cat, me? Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in
Up on
GP Cat. I'm up like 5 pips. I entered at 1.72171. 1.72171. Yeah, so if you look at GG on the 4-hour, just so simple. You know, it created a support. It's just ranging here now. It's a dirty, dirty range. It's a pile of goat shit right here. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, see? So this is a pile of goat shit. So if GJ, a good trade on GJ is going to be about 143,800. Because if we can break above 143,800, this is a 50 pip range up to 144, 200, 144, even 400. Like, that's attainable. It needs to break above this area here.
Panda.
What was that? Were you stuttering?
No, everybody's saying
Beatboxing.
panda.
Oh, yeah.
Beatbox.
Yeah, we're back at pre-Boris prices, huh?
It wasn't 0.1 loss. It was 0.01 loss.
Oh, this makes sense over here. Penis with one testicle. Perfect.
Well done.
Well done. You get a cookie.
You're very mature.
Somebody loved it a bit too much. That was good. Sometimes you need that.
Sorry to ask this. Why does the last Thursday increase for GP fall back to initial price? Isn't retracement usually around 50%? Well, it is, but I guess it just wanted to, because the way how I was looking at this, now Boris stayed in, right? Boris stayed in, so price. So I think this move up was just a shock move up to the market.
It was just because of the election hype, right?
Yeah.
It's because of all the optimism that comes with the election's going on. They're gonna come with a solution for Brexit after this. All this optimism, and then once you hit that peak, the election's over. You just go back to reality of, okay, is Brexit done? No. Okay, so what's the next step? And they're just back to square one, right? And then
Yeah.
you get a full technical retest.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, GP was doing fine when Boris was in. So I think you're right. Like, this was an impulse move up to say, oh yeah, elections won. But
if you look at any country when they're going through an election period, it brings a lot of hope and optimism to the markets, unless whoever's running absolutely hate it. But usually, if there is some election hype and hope, you'll see like the respective stock markets rally too. So like when that rally was going on, like UK stock markets were ripping it. So.
I think what you have to look at is there was an impulse move up to sort of the high of GBP, JPY, or GBP or GU, USD. The top institutions got there first. Now there's a major pullback to then push further up again, because everybody's going to wait to see how Boris Johnson runs the country now. So you can look at 147 as the smoking gun. So when people turn around and say, well, what will my range be? Your range will be back to 147. So this weekly candle being, sort of, and also the monthly candle, as it dips back, you might find in January that starts the momentum up again if there's still positive news.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's why there was a pullback. Because if you think about it, right, GBP, especially GJ, was at the top of the range. So institutions can't push it any further without having a massive pullback first to grab more orders to go further up. So now that's why we'll have to sit and wait to see how the market reacts, say in January and February, if we do actually start to head back up to like the 170s as an example. You could even say like 160 as a potential opportunity if there's enough confidence in the pound. And this candle now, and if you look at the monthly candle's pulled back, but it's still bullish, right? So what do we say about that specific candle? There's always going to be like a huge, so you have this type of candle, and then what ends up happening is you have then this to then go fill that candle, right? So you just have to look at that. So as an example here, so this area here can easily be filled, right? So if we look at candles, say, of this pattern here, if you look at sort of this pattern here, you had bullish momentum and you ended up pulling up. What you'll have to watch out for is something similar to this, where we have the massive rejection and then we just drop back into this sort of consolidation range. So you could say that maybe this is going to consolidate now, and it'll be tough to play until Brexit finishes.
Especially if price remains back below like this solid zone right there, those months worth of data. Because if you look where it rejected that wick, it was right at these candle bodies for months.
Right.
That zone period, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, because I mean, all you have to do is if you map out a range with GJ, you can see now we're basically back into that range. We've made it back in there where we're supposed to be. Because if you look at all the months previous, you have now we've finally come back into that after being so low down over here. And that's basically a massive correction, right? So remember, we talked about this for months, is this candle here would be filled and we go back into that range, and anything above this candle should have been a buy because of the fact that we have this area here to fill. And that's what happened, because all this push down grabbed premium price to go all the way back up. So you can officially say now, based on hitting this area, that institutions were done when they got in at like 129. That's why you're getting the massive rejection now, because if you think logically, we had a whole bunch of demand pent up from 129, basically sold off at 147, 148. And that's, that makes sense with the higher time frames, because 147 was a heavy level. Just look at the monthly. We never broke it, and we're not going to break it this month. And it's all because of the fact that the higher time frames create a higher support or a higher resistance. That's why when you look at the bigger time frames, like the daily, weekly, and monthly, as you go up in the time frames, it gets harder and harder to break. But when you put them together, it makes sense, right? You can say, hey, that daily candle rejected pretty hard, or that weekly candle rejected pretty hard. All you do is you move up to your next time frame and you say why. And that's where you get your information from, right? If you can't find information on your 1 hour or your 4 hour, you keep moving up time frames until you get information that will help you or give you some sort of analysis in the market. Don't just stick on the 30-minute and be like, well, I can't see anything. No, you got to keep moving up.
Yeah, plus that whole 3 months when it was just all of that Brexit uncertainty and everything just got corrected by the optimism and election stuff too, right?
Exactly. So yep.
It just canceled each other out, and now it's just back in those ranges, like you said.
Yep. All is right with the pound again. I just wish I would have held from like 130.
Oh yeah.
But it's so funny because you couldn't, because like even over here as an example here, this candle here, like then you're all the way back down over here. It was crazy. I mean, the only thing you could do is get in over here and then ride it all the way up and hope for the best. But even then, it's still tough because this is a monthly candle. So within those months, there was messes of range. Like even looking now, like if you were to take GJ buys, like you'd be in drawdown for days.
Yeah, GP CAD should continue dropping here. Nope. Go. That was a nice little sell on GP CAD. GBP CAD. Oh damn, still going.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, good. How are you, man?
Good, good.
Good.
Your NZD looked good for a sell though about half an hour ago.
Nice.
GBCAD looked good as well. I've got a zone marked at
Euro NZD is going back up.
100.
Yeah, I had sells on it. I just closed. Very, very nice. Did a complete breakdown of this trade. Complete
Oh yeah, I
breakdown.
see where you took it. That was a good trade.
Yes.
There's CAD news coming up, right?
Yes. This CAD news.
CPI.
Raja, what's your reasoning for your CAD sells? Is it because you expect the pound to keep dropping? You're expecting a good CPI? Because every CPI since 2012 except 2017 has been negative for CAD. Now, see full ASD golds. You did a very, very deep analysis over there. The only reason I took GP CAD sells was because, you know, this candle closed below these two candles, closed below these two candles. So I had my stop up over here. I took a sell, and then I exited right over here. That was the only reason I took the sells. It wasn't because of GP, good CPI, or whatever you talked about over there. There's a simple market structure analysis.
Nice trade, rakeel.
Why close so early when you know it's gonna drop? Because it reached what I wanted to secure, and that was, you know, like 10-12 pips. I had 2 5 lots, and I think it's good enough. Because like if you have targets, if you have pip targets, man, trust me, your lots are just going to increase automatically. I always looked at it like, okay, if I'm going to focus on 10-12 pips, maybe I'm going to start with like 10-cent lots. I'll do that, and then, you know, if my confidence increases, then I'm going to increase that to 20-cent lots, you know, then 50-cent lots. By the time you get to 50-cent lots, your entire game starts to change, you know, because now with 50-cent lots, you're making $50. You know, $50, $60. If you let it running, maybe like $100, and then you go towards 75-cent lots. And by the time you're at 1 lots, I think half of your bills are coming from Forex if you're consistently doing 1 lots. Right? So it's never like, oh, you got to keep holding, it's going to keep on dropping. No, you have to secure something, and then let the others run. You know, because securing is most important. I see a lot of people, you know, they take good trades, actually really good trades, and then those positive trades end up negative trades. And I always turn and ask, man, okay, like why? Why weren't you securing? What's the reason? Oh, I thought it's gonna continue dropping here if you look on the high time frame. Yeah, but you got stopped out. So it's always important, just secure positions all the time. What's this? Oh, Euro NZD. Jimmy was talking about Euro NZD.
Yeah, I was waiting for this all morning. I had to go out for the last hour and a half. I thought it was going to drop down. I was waiting for it to break.
For
Oh,
UNZD,
then-
yeah, we caught the buys when it broke out, and then we're looking for the pullback now. But I think if it doesn't break 1.692, it's just retesting to go back up. If you look at like the daily and weekly and stuff, so we're just waiting for that second leg now. But that was a good scalp though.
yeah, I think GJ took a lot of souls yesterday. People were trying to buy GJ. But these drops in the Asian yesterday, man, 50 pip drop, boom.
No mercy.
No mercy with GJ. GJ and
Yeah.
gold don't care for human life. It's
Yep.
just very tough.
Most things are just ranging.
Yeah. GJ, EJ, gold, everything is range.
USD CAD is dropping though.
Might be setting up for the CPI too later on. Wix don't lie. Predictions for CAD news. Affection on USD CAD. Well, when we look at it, they're expecting bad news.
Expecting bad news.
Yeah, so that should mean USD CAD should spike up. But if you look on the daily has broken the low of the previous daily candle, and it would just technically would make sense for it to drop down to 1.31150. That is a 30 pip drop. So technically speaking, I think it should come down to 1.31150 rather than going up. That's what my prediction is going to be. But we have to wait and see.
Where did you exit GBP CAD?
Oh yeah, I
Where did you exit? Because it's pulling back now.
yeah.
So you might have had the perfect exit.
I exited at 72039. 72039 and 72002. I even called out this trade. Would you wait for US Open before taking USD CAD? Would you wait for US Open before taking USD CAD? I think you got to reread your question, and then you got to look at the calendar and see what time is the news. US Open is at 8 a.m. So we have to. I mean, there's no choice except to wait for the US Open. US Open's at 8 a.m. and then we got CAD news at 8:30.
Crude inventory too, huh?
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
Jeevan, you trade crude, right?
Man, Jeevan used to trade a lot of crude oil.
Yeah.
All the time.
All kinds of financial instruments.
Yeah, this man was on oil all the time.
Here's the
The
thing
question
too.
is, why did he left it?
Here's the thing. If you're trading this week, you should be trading at the most minimalist risk because you're heading into the holiday season. Why would you want to lose trades and be in a bad mood during the holidays?
Yeah. Don't be in a
So
bad mood.
take your time. Just enjoy stuff because, I mean, I'm just relaxing. It's fun. Just enjoying the week.
Ooh, someone sent a chart. UJ chart. Oh, can't even open this chart. Oh, well. Oh, someone sent another chart. This is fun, reading charts. Oh, nice. Congress is run by clowns, just a clown show. Well, most of the signal services on Instagram is run by clowns too. That's a real clown show. You were talking about using 10 cent and then the game changing when you get 50 cent and so on. Can you add it to that a little bit? Yeah, sure. So let's say you start your trading off with $1,000 account. You start to take 1 or 2 trades a day, and you're starting with, let's say, 10 cent lots. 1 or 2 trades a day. Now, provided that your profitability is 50% for the first month, so you're basically breaking even because you're taking 1 or 2 trades. The second month, your profitability goes up a little bit. Let's say it goes to 60 to 70%, and maybe you're still trading 10 cent lots. The third month, if you're consciously taking 1 or 2 trades a day, there is no doubt in my mind that your profitability is not going to increase in the third month. And by that time, obviously your account is going to increase as well. And then you're going to jump on to, let's say, 20 cent lots. The fourth month comes around and you're like, okay, you know what? My account is up, let's say $3,000 or $3,400, $3,500, whatever. Now you're like, okay, time to up the lots now. So you go to the 30 cent lots. So that's how now you're slowly compounding your account. That's the correct way to move forward, keeping time in mind, like time. That's really important. On the other end of the spectrum, someone can do is like they get consistent for 2 weeks, 1 or 2 trades a day. And then the third week on a Monday, something happens and they blow their shit up. Why? Because overtrading. You took more than 2-3 trades. And no matter how good you are, I still believe that once you jump into the third, the fourth, and the fifth trade, you start to accumulate losses. And that's not good for your psychology at the same time, because now you spend 2 weeks being very, very disciplined, getting wins most times, But on the third week, you blew everything up. And that's going to affect your confidence. It's going to affect your ego. It's going to affect a lot of things you see in the charts, because like the one thing I see a lot of people do is like they'll have confident analysis, but because of the losses they've taken for so long, they won't be able to execute on those analyses, right? Like this GP sell, right? I executed on it. There's some people out there who didn't execute even though they saw it going down. It's those internal battles you really have to fight. You have to say, okay, you know what? I think one thing I really had to realize was that every trade is completely independent of the previous trade. That's the number one thing. Because sometimes what's going to happen is that you'll take a trade, you're going to lose a trade, and then you're going to see a setup, but you're not going to take that second trade thinking that, oh, I don't know, man, maybe that one loss is going to come after me now and I'm going to take another loss. No. Market is completely independent of the previous trade. So you can't over risk, you can't over leverage, you can't over trade. Those are the keys to being profitable in trading.
The other thing is too, people fall off the wagon, right? They start doing 0.01 lot size, and then they have a few good wins, and then they jump up and they lose, and the month's worth of work that they did on the smaller lot size has now been erased by one trade because they were overconfident, and then that basically sends you into a spiral. There was a terminology in poker that is relevant with trading. It was always called the number of big blinds. So in poker, there's the small blind and the big blind, and your bankroll management would be based on the number of big blinds that you had available to play with. So as an example, if you're playing 5-10, $10 would be the big blind. And so for you to have 100 big blinds, you would basically need $1,000, right? That would be your 100 big blinds or whatever. Sorry, $10,000. That would be your 100 big blinds. A lot of people would not follow that, and then what ends up happening is, you know, they lose their money, their bankroll management's gone. But at the same time too, nobody ever said that you have to keep compounding. You could do that when you're comfortable. So you could sit on like a single lot, like one standard lot for a year, because you don't want to, you're comfortable with that lot size. Nobody says you have to keep moving up. I used 10 lots for about a year and a half. I was comfortable with that because I knew what my risk was. I knew what the losses looked like when I was in drawdown. I knew what the wins would look like, and I was comfortable with that. And every time I tried to move up, I would get nervous about it because now I saw bigger losses happening or bigger drawdowns. So I went back to that, and then it was only eventually once I tried it again that I was comfortable. And that's sort of what you'll do when you trade is, you might jump up to a different lot size for a day and realize I'm not ready for that. So you go back to the normal lot size, and maybe you just open up another lot, right? So you have the bankroll to maybe now do, instead of one single lot trade, now you do two or three single lot trades, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's going to penalize you for being in your comfort zone. I think that's the biggest mistake you can make is, if you're making good money, why change it? Like, people ask me all the time, they're like, what can I do to improve? I'm making steady money. It's like, nothing. You're making steady money. You've achieved optimal trading satisfaction. It's up to you now to determine if you want a little bit more, or you want to bank a little bit and manage it that way. That's sort of what you look at when you are trading, is where your comfort zone is, and slowly either migrate out of that comfort zone or just stay there and maybe add a couple more positions and just increase your profits that way too.
You think the best way to make back losses is through focusing on your trades to slowly go back to BE or increase TP levels? I think to make back your losses, you shouldn't think about making back your losses. You should think about how you're going to take the next profitable trade. Because if you start thinking about, okay, this trade is going to make back my losses, it's not going to help, because now you're going to trade under pressure. Now you're pressured to make back that loss. But if you only focus on, okay, how can I get the next profitable trade, automatically your losses are going to be made back, but that will just take time. Because a lot of people, they've lost a lot of money and they come back to trading. They're like, okay, you know what, I've lost maybe like 5,000 or 10,000 or maybe 500. And they're like, okay, I'm going to start with a smaller account and I'm going to focus on making back those losses. That's the wrong mindset. That's what the majority of the people focus on. You need to focus on, how am I going to get the next profitable trade? That's what you got to focus on. If you've had a bad losing streak, come back next year, January, mid-January, or whatever the time is going to be, and be like, okay, you know what, this is a fresh start. This is a fresh, clean slate I'm going to start, and I want to make sure I follow my rules. I don't overtrade. I don't over-leverage. I just focus on small wins and consistent wins. If you're scalping, small wins, swing trading, big wins or whatever, but discipline is going to be the key, man. Trust me. Some people have been here with us since we started on Twitch, and you've seen, it's just pure discipline. That's it. There's nothing more to it. Okay, let's take a look at this here. Someone is in a buy on GJ. The take profit is above resistance. It's to the next resistance. I know it's ranging, but this candle look good for me. Take a small position. If you're gonna take a small position, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even want to say anything about this chart. I mean, it's fucking ranging, man. Why? See, this is an example of bad discipline. All this talk we did, how does that talk even like correlate with this chart? This can possibly go up, like, don't get me wrong, but a better buy would be above 143,800 because it's clean candle. This will be the easy trade, you know. This would be the easy trade. Like Ted used to say, always aim to put yourself in the best position to win. And if GJ breaks above 143,800, for me, that's going to be the best position for me to win. Buying over here, man, this is just crazy. It's crazy talk. This just gave me shivers, man. It's so crazy. Well, good luck. GP CAD retest previous lower low, created new lower high, then new lower low, price create new lower low. Yeah, makes sense. It broke below, this candle made a low, and this candle has to stay below the high of the previous 30-minute candle and eventually fill this wick. Now this 15-minute candle is about to close if you look at the time. And if you look at the 15-minute, you want the 15-minute to flip bearish for sells. I would personally, if I missed this initial sell, I would wait to see if the next 15 minutes is going to break below 1.72024. And then potentially take a sell and for this wick fill down here and then continuation. Plus also there's CAD CPI coming soon too, so gotta be careful. I know it's a bad move, but how is this move? Oh, I don't know what you wrote over there. Whenever I take a position when ranging, 90% of the time I'm whipsawed. See, now that's good logic. If market is ranging, and if 90% of the time you're going to get whipsawed, so logic dictates don't trade in a range. That's it. If price breaks out of the range and you take a trade, and then there's a high probability for you to win the trade, it just makes sense to wait for that break, right? So you just gotta look at things that make complete sense. See, GP CAD 30-minute candle, it broke below, it made sense that it should drop. GJ, you look at this, you're like, okay, will GJ go up or down? It makes no sense. So if you want to force trades on the last 2 weeks of December and lose money, sure, man, be my guest. Is it safe to say that with data such as news and bank open times bring the level breaking volumes most of the time? Bring the level breaking volume. I think you meant with the volume is going to break levels. Detroit Willie. Yep, strong levels are broken when there's big news and big announcements and lots of volume. So you see, one reason why GJ is ranging is because look at the marathon GJ ran last 3 days. Look at this. 500 pips up and then 500 pips down. Now it has to rest a little bit for tomorrow, because tomorrow it's gonna get sent in another fucking marathon.
I think that's why a lot of people are looking for trades. I think most people would have missed the big move yesterday, and so I think they're trying to compensate for that and trying to find something when, I mean, there is literally nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
On GJ.
Literally, there's nothing on GJ. Absolutely nothing. This is like you're going to the Teddy bar at 10 a.m. Why? There's nothing.
They're all sleeping.
Yeah. What's this? Raja, I took a loss and trying to understand why. Could you please help? Here's the chart. Okay, Raja is here to help. Let's see this. So you took a buy on AUD, on Euro AUD. Is it because overall momentum is too? Yeah, I mean, your trade was good. It made sense. It made sense because now if you look left here, you know, it made sense. It made perfect sense. But the odds weren't there.
But he was also buying in heavy momentum downward too.
Yeah, but
Like
I think,
that.
yeah, but I would have taken this buy too because you know this candle closed bullish. It's a 30-minute time frame, so the odds of it going up, maybe even make a top wick would have been a little higher, but it didn't even make a top wick.
Yeah,
It just straight died.
melted.
Yeah. So this you gotta take it as okay. Maybe the probability wasn't there. That's what I would look at that as.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time too, there was only one 30-minute candle that had a directional change. I don't think that's enough information to actually do that, especially what was like the comment of the major trend was down. Like look at this. Right, I think you would have had to wait for a little bit more information over here to say that, hey, we're gonna consolidate a bit. Like this would have needed more.
See, over here, I would still take a buy, expecting it to like, you know, kind of bounce off this level here a little bit.
Yeah, but with such a strong drop, wouldn't you wait for a better close?
This,
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, his risk reward is okay, so you know you didn't hurt yourself. But it's just, I think if you looked on the higher time frames, I think there was probably more information than just a 30-minute candle. I think that's sort of the problem, is multi-time frame analysis.
Yeah, I think that's where many of people lose or they get lost. The higher time frame analysis.
Oh, now I see the 30 minutes. How big is this 30-minute candle? Ah, it's like 3 pips. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's too small.
3 pips.
Yeah.
After such a big drop, I mean.
Yeah, you're trying to catch a falling knife.
Yeah.
But still, you know, the risk reward was there, so nah, it's good. Like, I mean, if this happened on GJ, I'd take that. I'd take that trade.
With 5 lots. That was EA, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what's this? Oh, AUD JPY. Someone's looking for shorts at resistance with no confirmation except for a trend line and a black line. Yeah, I mean, AUD JPY. I mean, now you got to look at, is AUD in session? And the answer is going to be no. And then you look at, is JPY in session? And the answer is going to be no. And then you're going to say, okay, well, where the volume is going to come in AUD JPY? How? You ask those questions and then you realize it might not be a good trade because both sessions are closed. That's when you go to the grocery store on national holiday and ask for, you know, well, it's closed, you know. No trade for me right now, not until like 121.930-ish. But right now it blew through that zone. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. No trade until 121.930. Yeah, see, this is an excellent analysis. So now, Mr. Whoever sent this chart is waiting for this area to break so he can take a trade going up because there's a clean candle here. That makes perfect sense. You, sir, get a golden cookie today. Yeah, see right here. This makes me happy because someone's learning something. Yeah, it's perfect. How big is this range? You measure the range, it's 13 pip range. Yeah, could be a good trade after it breaks above. All right. Oh, nice. Anux channel is sending the same thing over and over again. This will get you banned, so you have to relax. Oh, GP CAD.
Haikanashi candles.
Oh, are these Haikanashi candles?
Yes.
Yeah, Haikishin,
Oh,
I think I call it.
Haikanashi.
Cells, eh? These cells would make sense if the news is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems
It
like
makes me
it's...
embarrassed. I've tried trading almost everything.
Yeah.
Saw those candles right away.
GP
You're
CAD...
like,
GP CAD fake out if this 30-minute candle close above the last candle high. Yes. Yes, that will be a fake out, but then there's news coming in, so you have to be very cautious.
cautious. Yeah.
Cautious. Which broker would you recommend in Toronto? Right now, I'm currently looking at 2.25% in spread fees. Do you have any recommend possibly lower fees? Does that mean he's trading on a bank system? If the spread fees are 2.25%, I don't know. There are a couple brokers you can go with. You can, like, they're listed in my description if you can scroll down and look at it. There's Traders Domain, there's Black Bull Markets, there's Vantage FX. You know, you can read about them and decide what you want to do.
I actually have a question, Roger.
Yeah.
When do you move your trading to break even? Like, it's obviously different for every trade, but like
Good
what
question.
percent?
Like 10, 12 pips.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. And then let it run.
Because what I've started doing, like, so let's say I'm targeting maybe 15 or 20 pips.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it goes maybe like 50 to 60% of the way, I then move it into break even. And there's some times when it comes back and then shoots back. So like I get stopped out and then, but then it would originally hit my TP. But then there's also times when obviously it then drops and then would have hit my original stop loss.
Yeah, see, that's just trial and error. That's how I look at it as. Because, you know, like if I'm, like, you're trading Euro NZD, right? And it moves relatively fast. So I think with that, you can easily get like 10, 12, 15 pips. And then put, you know, stops at break even. I always look at it as, okay, like 10, 12 is perfect for me. You know, but then sometimes you can see some sort of hints that it might come back. So that's where I close early.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Looking for a break and retest with 30 pips TP. Oh, EJ. EJ sells and EJ buys. Yeah, that could make sense. We got CAD CPI coming soon.
I'm currently in pound New Zealand sales. I'll send the chart 1 second.
Ooh. My question: if you are trading open, if you're trading one open and one closed session, such as odd CAD AUD, would it be better trade with volume? Yes, trading anything with volume is better. Hi folks, first time here. Is Raja running live trading sessions weekly? No, neurotic trader. I think if you scroll down to description, you will see that it says live New York sessions hosted 6:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. So you need to read. Does that support matter anymore? Okay, we got CAD news coming here soon. What's this?
You're getting sick, Roger?
Me? No. I had another question. I thought since there was support to the left, when it went straight through that next level, came back, does that support matter anymore? Well, I don't know which support you're talking about, but if it breaks this red zone, it's going to go up. Most probably, if it breaks the green zone, it's going to move down. Because price will only move up or down. You know, it's not going to move sideways. Would it be worth joining Forex family if you don't use TradingView? That makes no sense at all. I don't think you qualify for the mentorship with that question. With 5 lot at 10 pip stop loss, you're risking $500. Are you okay with that? Yes, because my win percentage is more than my losing percentage. Oh, what's this? US 30. Price made a high. Price formed support with bullish candle. Take to previous resistance. Oh, nice. This is formed. Very nice. Can I become a liquidity provider very easily? Yes. Yes, sir. It's not about risking $500 being okay with it. It's about, are you really within your risk? That's what it's about. Like if you have, let's say, a $5,000 account, then risking $500 would be very foolish. You know, maybe on $5,000 you want to risk $50, or maybe like, you know, like $20, $30, but not $500. That's 10% risk. So you have to stay within your risk percentage. Like 3 years ago, if you would have asked me, hey, you're going to risk $500 per trade, I would like, no way. There's no way I'm risking $500. You know, but when you grow to a certain extent, then you're like, okay, you know what? Maybe this risk is fine. I'm okay with that risk. That's what I mean. Are you okay risking 10%? But I'm not risking 10%. What the fuck is this? I'm not risking 10%. Man, people are just weird assumptions, man. It's just crazy.
That's assuming you've got a 5k account.
Yes.
But if you've got a 100k account, you're not risking 5%.
Exactly.
Raja's got a £2 million account. So.
It's actually 2 billion, Simon. You got
2 billion, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, that's okay.
Right, anyway, guys, I am gonna go. Have a good Christmas, everyone who celebrates it.
Thank you.
Have a good New Year, and talk to you all probably next year.
Yeah. All right. Take care, man.
All right.
Take care, man. Bye bye. Merry Christmas, Chris.
Merry Christmas.
All right. So see what we were talking about? GP CAD waiting for this low to break. Now it's coming down to break this low. This 30-minute candle. If this breaks,
that was a nice pullback.
Yeah. Once this low breaks, it's gone. So. Okay, yeah, I get it. I get those questions weren't directed at me. I get it. How many millions move one pip in the market? That is irrelevant to your success. I think it's a
Yeah,
couple.
I don't get those questions. People are so enamored by it. It's exactly what you've said. Is it's a deflection to actually learn something to help themselves. They want to learn everything else so they don't have to execute.
Analysis paralysis.
Yeah, and I just noticed people want to know about all these other things except actually how to execute. Like, I never once worried about how many lots it took to move the market, how many billions of dollars somebody's working with, or how many millions this is happening. It was just so irrelevant to me. It was more of like, hey, I need to find a way to win a trade today, and I need to find a way to analyze and be correct. That was always the problem. I just, that was my constant problem, is how do I get better at this? It wasn't like, what's Goldman Sachs doing today? Has JP Morgan committed more crimes or fraud? Like, I was never worried about any of that. It's sort of like, if you're in your house, if you're in a, like, think of trading like being in a condo or an apartment. Providing your door is locked and nobody can get in, there could be screaming and yelling going on outside. I don't really care. Like, it's good. Like, I only care if they open the door and they come after me. But if I'm in my condo and I hear people on the upstairs floor, the downstairs floor arguing and yelling, and I hear people slapping themselves out, that's cool. Like, that's your life. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not going to be like, hey, did you hear Mr. Jones last night? He was angry at his wife. No, don't care.
Yeah, Alex, I think I'm gonna look for a sell stop below this area here, but I'll see what happens. It's CPI news. It can like whipsaw. So your markings are good. Markings look good. So now you just gotta plan how you're gonna take entries. Ooh, GP CAD broke the low. Gold coming down to fill this wick over here. Before CAD news. Damn. Newbie. Example, a 15-minute and 30-minute time frame shows bearish, but 1 hour time frame shows otherwise. Is it best to not take the trade, or should I wait? See, that's a very subjective question. Every chart is different. You have to look at what the 4 hour is doing, what the daily is doing. Is there any news coming up? Like what session you're in. There are a couple of variables that come into play when you talk about like a specifics in charts. And as this is breaking the low and there's a wick over here, there's a high probability it's going to come down to fill this wick, and someone can turn around and say, oh, wicks don't lie. But if it doesn't fill the wick, then someone can say, oh, look, wicks did lie. So it's all a game of probabilities. When you only accept TradingView charts here, then checking if it's the same Forex family isn't a dumb question. I'm not keen on your ego, but like you're trading and teaching. Yeah, Marcus, that's fine. So a better question to ask would be, how can I send a chart? So before, what people used to do was they used to take screenshots and they would upload it to Imgur, however you say it. And then we'd go to Imgur and then we'd open the charts. Because obviously not everyone can come, as a part of the Forex family, but that's another way to send charts. Yeah, I think I came on a little too strong over there. I'm sorry. Ooh, gold broke down.
It's just, people need to know that there's alternatives, and I think the questions should be like, is there any alternatives to posting a chart? Or, hey, I have a screenshot, I'm going to upload it to a website, do you guys accept those? People don't think outside the box. They just look at this and they're like, well, if we can't do this, well, what can I do? It's like, you can't look at stuff like that. Come up with a solution and then ask if your solution's valid. I think that's the bigger thing. People shouldn't be looking at what I can't do. Say what you can do, and then say, hey, is this valid? You know, I don't have time to show up every day for 2 hours, but does it make sense for me to come for an hour? I can't trade every day. Does it make sense for me to trade 1 day a week? And what should I focus on that 1 day a week? That's really what we need to do as a society, is look at solutions, not look at challenges. Challenges, there's alternatives all the time.
Ooh, look, GP Cat, Bricks don't lie. Oh, someone took GP Cat cell. Nice.
Wow, everything is.
God damn.
Everything's dropping again.
Dropping again, man. This impeachment is sending everything in a circle.
Well, we finally broke 1474. Took a while.
I thought impeachment would send gold up.
I think if that's the case, Anthony, I think we're going to have it happen later today. So if anything, the market's pushing down to drive all the way back up, if that's the case.
But I mean, Trump's just dismissing it offhand straight away, saying it'll just get chucked out, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he has to. You don't want to turn around and be like, yeah, I'm guilty. Yeah. So it's like it didn't matter what was happening yesterday. He'll deny it to the 10th degree. I mean, he's lived his whole life on denial, right? So it's just easier that way. But I mean, like we said earlier, with the Republicans owning the Senate, it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, it was a valiant effort. Like, don't get me wrong, but at a certain point, I mean, I tend to agree a bit with Trump in terms of the fact that it is a witch hunt, because there's really nothing the Democrats can do. Like, this is like me going to like Burger King and saying, hey, I need a Big Mac. And they're like, we don't sell Big Macs here. And it's like, but you sell burgers. Make me a Big Mac. And it's like, we can't.
I thought I could have it my way.
Exactly. And I really think that's sort of the issue. Like, this is a whole big publicity thing, because it creates a story for when they start doing the debates, when they start going through the electoral debates and the the primaries and things like that. They're going to use this as a huge story to push Donald around. And the thing is, it's going to backfire, because Donald's going to be like, well, you didn't impeach me, so all what you're saying is irrelevant. But they're going to want to use that narrative to distract the U.S. people, and then all the Republican voters that are that maybe are voting Republican because Trump thinks he's going to make America great again, and whatever he's done, they're going to use this to be like, well, Trump is not really an American. He's look what he's done to the country. Look how he's acted inappropriately. Is that really what you want for a president or whatever, right? So.
Oh wow, GP Cat is dying over here.
Yeah, GJ's been dropping too.
Yeah, what a nice call.
Well done. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to hear about this impeachment stuff. Newbie, not a problem. You're a regular here. You came in with a rough start. We molded you and made you into a fine participant in the streams. Wow. GCAD is dropping. Uncle Ted, do institutions look on the swap cost if they open their big positions? I mean, it's a good idea to trade with swap directions. Well, Frenek, I think that's a question you have to ask the institutions. To be honest, I don't know how relevant that is to us trading our tiny lots here. That's all. I think we as a group just have to focus on, hey, here's a chart. Let's do some analysis. Let's figure out if this makes sense. Let's execute to the best of our abilities. And you know, if the institutions play with our entries and take us out and hit our stops, we try again the next day. And I think, you know, as you do that more and more, you're going to find once you start trading regularly and once you start becoming a consistent trader, you're not going to be worried about all the variables related to what other people are doing. You're going to be more worried about what you're doing and how you can maximize your effort with minimal work. I think that's what it comes down to. And a lot of people that have become successful traders, they're not even on social media anymore because they just feel that they should just work on their own. There's a lot of people that I've taught that have just left social media saying, it's not worth my time. I don't want to be part of people like working like this. Some people enjoy it. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I like the questions. Some of them are good. Why scalping and not swinging? Well, Victoria, it's very hard to swing trade the current market conditions when every day there's a different economic statement that comes out about a country and moves the market. If you read, actually, I was reading a few articles about that. For swing trading in the last 6 months, it's been very, very difficult for anybody to actually swing a decent trade because of the fact that there's been so much instability. So scalping has always been just a little bit easier. And I think with scalping, if you understand the market conditions and you know when to get in and when to get out on a consistent basis, you can do the same damage a swing trade does. It just means that instead of showing up, you know, as a swing trader like once every week, you just show up here every day for an hour or a couple hours, and then that's it. And you know, you just put the time in. It's really personal preference, but I just feel that swing trading is, like I've always said, is playing like a big giant poker tournament. You can be in that tournament for 4 days, get to day 4 and get knocked out and make no money, and then have to wait another 4 days to try and make money. Or you can sit in a poker cash game, sit down for 10 minutes, have a big hand, double up, and then leave. And I don't mean double up your account here, but I just mean take a nice easy trade like the pound CAD or the pound JPY, take a position, grab 10, 20 pips, call it a day, be like, hey, I'll come back tomorrow for the same thing. But to scalp, you really need good trading psychology. No, you don't need good trading psychology. There's no such thing as trading psychology. I think it's nice to read these books about, you know, how to keep, you know, yourself together in trading, how to manage the fact that every trade is independent. That's not a psychological idea. That's just an idea of randomness and of statistics. Psychology, once again, comes from internal. It comes from what is the driver. Like, why are you sitting here right now? Everything that you do in your life is psychologically driven. There's a reason behind it. Nobody does things randomly. There's always a reason why people do what they do, unless you're a clear psycho and you're just, you know, you just go off and you do stupid things and there's no clear recourse. But I would say 90% of the world's population, they have a method or a reasoning behind what they do. It's the reason why people get emotional, right? It's the reason why when you fight with your spouse or your best friend or whoever, what is the fight really about? Is the fight really about the fact that they took your sweater? Or is the fight really about the fact that they're always taking your shit and this is the final straw? And now this is the reason why you're fighting. With your spouse, are you fighting with them because you don't like them? Or are you fighting them because you made a poor decision and now that decision's being magnified over the fact that your spouse keeps fucking shit up? And now you realize that you were the fuck up by picking that spouse, right? So when you look at trading's the same thing. How do I remain disciplined? Well, why are you here first of all? If you can answer that question honestly, you can then dissect how to become an efficient trader, right? I want money. Okay, so you want money. So right away, I know that as a trader, if you want money, the fact that you want it, when you lose money, it's going to affect you negatively. If you come here and say, I just enjoy this, then there's really, you don't have to worry. Once again, look at poker. If I'm a rich businessman and I have millions of dollars, I just want to go sit in a poker game and enjoy myself. I don't care if I win or lose because I have money behind me. It's the same thing with trading. If you have money behind you, you know what? You take a loss today, tomorrow's another day, I'll get it back. I'll get it back the next day. But when you have no money behind you and you're relying on this for the one reason and just to gain money, that puts a lot of pressure on you. And that pressure becomes internalized when you lose a trade, when you do improper analysis. Now you start second guessing yourself. Now you start chasing trades. Now you start to worry, am I ever going to understand trading? You think there's a time limit on when you have to understand this. All these things start to build up inside your head. And then your discipline goes out the window, greed takes over. All these things take over. It manifests from the simple idea of the fact that you want money. All those ideas manifest. So there's your trading psychology. It has nothing to do with the fact that, hey, I want to be able to just take 1 or 2 trades a day. You can do that. Everybody has the opportunity to do that, but you won't do it because there's things behind the decision making that are affecting you more.
You just gotta see it as a hobby, right?
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing is, like, if you're in your 20s and you're learning how to trade right now, you have lots of time. You have lots and lots of time. You know what? Get a job part-time, go work at Walmart, go work at like a restaurant, and then you know what? Trade a little bit, work at the restaurant, pay your bills, do little things. It was funny. I was at Booster Juice and the person serving me like literally asked me was like, what's your advice for life? And I'm like, just take your time. Just, there's so many more opportunities out there. Like maybe trading you try for a year, doesn't work out, you end up doing something else. There's so much, and I wish people would just understand that and really just take their time. And I started trading when I was like 33. Like I worked 9 to 5 since I was like in my 20s. I worked since I was 15. Like I never knew anything other than having a boss and just doing the job. I was a doer. You give me a task, I would do it. Now I realize that was maybe not my best idea, but it took me 10 or 15 years to figure that out. And then from there, I used that idea of the 10 or 15 years of what I was doing to now make sure that I don't screw up this, because now I'm on my own. Maybe you need a safety net of a job for a while so that you can eventually spread your wings. Like, it's not a big deal. What about in your 30s? It's the same thing. Like, I only turned 40 last week. I still think I'm 20. I'm probably in the best shape of my life, or close to, back into my 20s. I lift almost the same as much as I did in my 20s that I do now. I've lost, I've shredded body fat. I've gotten better shape. I make better decisions, right? So. Yep, I just turned 40 last week. Can you still shoot a jumper? Yep. Play basketball too. As a healthcare assistant, 3 12-hour shifts, earning 600 per week on days off. I've been following you weeks aligned with $1,000 account. Congratulations. It's not. I don't think of myself as a class act. It's just more the fact that, hey, if there's an opportunity to sort of share my stories, and for you to not make the same mistakes, or maybe you to look at your life and say, hey, things aren't that bad, or hey, there's an opportunity for me to excel. Why not, right? I had part-time jobs. It's one of those things. I just feel that people are too hard on themselves for no reason. You have lots of opportunity later on in life to do everything and be good and enjoy life. It's just don't push yourself to a point where it's going to hurt you.
Only on day 3 of these streams, trying to get hang of a strategy. Mine looking at EJ chart. Okay. 3 days and you figured out how to send charts. Man, this gold is dropping. Where's it going? Let's take a look here.
Gold is having a good time.
Man. Looking for bearish close below these levels. Yeah, this makes sense. Makes sense. I think this is a 30-minute chart, so what you're also going to be looking at is probably, if you look left, you'll find that there's some information. Maybe this is going to be your first target right over here, probably, because that's the next area of consolidation, provided you get a clean drop down here. In the other way, you can get a buy.
Trump is tweeting, I guess that's why gold's dropping.
Trump is like, this is fake news.
Yeah, he basically said it.
That's my president. Let me stop.
It's funny, he said exactly what I said. He says the Democrats have no story for 2020.
Yeah.
I guess he must have been listening to the live streams. I wonder if Trump listens to the live streams. He's like, those guys make sense.
Y'all doing CAD pendings? No. Y'all are not doing CAD pendings. Y'all.
Jeez. Wonder where gold's going. This is interesting. Trying to figure out the next stop on gold.
1468.
Yeah. I have 1470, yeah, so it does make sense. 1470, 1469. This is weird. Getting such a big move on a Wednesday. Like 1475 basically acted as heavy resistance. So we didn't break 1475. Now it looks like we're dropping all the way back down to 1457. If this daily candle continues and the weekly candle starts to drop, you can see this candle drop all the way to fill back that weekly candle up. Does the same analysis work on day 1 for the time frames? Yes, it does. Ted, do you think to be profitable on FX, I should focus on my chart and not be on this live stream? Well, I don't know why you aren't profitable. I think that's the thing is, when you do work, you have to go back and evaluate the work that you did, right? Like this is like classroom work. This is schoolwork. This is a math test. Forex is math. And what I mean by that is math is easy when you know the answer, right? So you have a math textbook and you look at the back of the book, oh, that answer is easy. I would have got that. And then when the test comes, you're like, wait a second, I've never seen this question before. That's what Forex is. Forex is something that you learn, and then you have to be able to apply through different scenarios. And as you apply information through different scenarios, you start to get a little bit better understanding of how to apply, and then you refine. So if you are trying to study Forex and try and solve it as if it's a formula, like, hey, if I show up every day at 7:55, I'm going to take a win, that's not going to happen. What you have to do is you have to be able to apply the information you have, and that is what you want to do when you're saying I'm not profitable. What part of what you are doing is preventing you from becoming profitable? And if you don't know that, you need to go to somebody who is profitable and say, hey, these are the charts that I've been working off of, and this is the trades I've been taking. Can you help me dissect the information? Do you think it's okay to start trading at 50? Sure. No. Trade at 60, trade at 70. No, I think those questions are irrelevant. If you want to do something, just do it.
All right, so I got a buy stop on USD CAD. My buy stop is at 1.31620, and then I got a sell stop. My sell stop is at 1.31390.
Yeah.
I'm using one lots, like small risk. Don't want to be stupid.
Wanna be. All right, I'm going in with you, Raja.
All right.
I'm going with a buy stop as well.
I moved my sell stop to 1.31400. I figured it's too far away. How to draw support resistance lines. I think there's a lot of videos there on my YouTube channel you can look. Alright, let's see this. Oh wow, look at that spread.
Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, that's it.
Wait, there's always a delay, right?
Yep. Oh.
Numbers were forecast.
Numbers were good?
No, minus 0.1%, what the forecast was.
Oh. Well, there goes the buy stop.
Oh, that was my trade. It didn't work.
Oh well, we tried. Looking at the daily, this USD CAD should continue dropping. But yeah, I guess that was it. That was probably it for today, guys. I mean, if you're gonna sit around, sure, let's. Let's help people who are in deep drawdowns. Let's do that. Do you only trade NY Open? Yes. London Open, I'm sleeping, so we don't trade that. What's your buy stop? Oh, it already removed it. We already let it go. Because, I was expecting the price to either like move up hard or move down hard, but neither happened. Our news reporter told us that the news was as expected. Minus 0.1. Median was good. I don't know what that means. But technically speaking, USD CAD should continue dropping. Once it breaks below this area, it's going to continue dropping down. Because there's a clean candle here to the left.
Yeah, I think it's this continuing trend.
Yeah. Like even if you look on the daily here, Ted, it just makes sense.
Yep, it does. Back into the range.
Hi Raja, I'm now done for the year. Thank you for the live stream, the knowledge this year. Have a good time and see you next year. See you, Liam. Do you guys ever trade indices? Nope. We had negative results from the CAD news, how the USD CAD is going down. They weren't negative results. The results were as expected, so that's good news. The negative results would have been if the numbers were lower than minus 0.1. So this is considered good news.
And if they were red.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Looks like it's going to drop. Raja, do you have any requirements on how many pips a strong candle has to move? I have never looked at that. I've never looked at things in that way. Oh, someone can't figure out how to send a chart. Looks like the only trade for the day was GP CAD, still falling in gold here. I wonder what AD CAD did. Alright, I think this is why gold is going down. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, there's daily resistance right here. It's a strong supply area. Can we please have another background music? No, YouTube doesn't allow me to have another background music. So this is the only thing we have so far.
But you could play like not copyright songs, no?
Yeah, I think I'm just too lazy to do the work in that, to be honest.
Just go on YouTube and, you know, search for non-copyright music and that's it.
Let's take a look. Oh, nice. Wickedy Wick is in cells. GP beautiful. Did USD CAD hit your stop loss? No, I don't know, man. If you can see the screen or not. Where's the sell stop? It's not here. People need to look at the screen, you know. It's very important. They removed sell stop. I had a buy stop and a sell stop, and then, you know, I was expecting price to move hard and it didn't, and they removed it. I don't have enough time to go through your videos and learn about drawing lines. Can you explain shortly? Yusuf Afghanzai?
Wow.
There is no way in hell I'm going to do that for you. Trust me. You're not the king.
Dead.
You're not a fucking supreme leader. No, you're not. If you don't have time, you should probably close the stream and, you know, never come back to trading, because trading, it requires time. You know, and I mean, I don't even know what to say.
That was awesome.
You gotta make time.
Hey, man,
for
I
what
don't
you
have
wanna
time.
do.
I don't have
That's
time to go
such
through
an
your videos.
insult. What a fucking insult. God damn.
Oh, GP CAD is still going.
Like I'm technically taking my lunch break at 8 o'clock in the morning to sit here on this stream.
You can't
Like I'm
sit
making
for
time.
a few hours a day. That's tough.
I don't have time to go through your videos. Nice one. That's a nice one.
I think you should fund his account just for that one and watch him blow it. God.
Morning, guys.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
How you doing? Good?
Fuck.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
morning, Chris.
Morning, dude.
Man, imagine I held GP CAD. Okay.
Oh, I see your sell stops. Did you take them off?
Oh no, that was on USD CAD.
I've just come back on the thing, so right, cool.
But Rakeel, wouldn't it have stopped you out anyways when it went back up for that retest before the continuation?
Yeah.
So.
But this was a good, like, once it broke this low, it was a clean move down to the wick, and this move down is just a bonus move.
Roger, do you know how many times I hear you say, I wish I held this?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we all get that.
Most times the analysis goes like 30-40 pips. Ooh, nice. Someone got gold cells. Roger, is the stream slightly late? Is TradingView slightly lagging? Yes, TradingView lags for YouTube.
Yes, it's not long, is it? It's only a second or two.
Yeah. Do you think USD JPY will drop? Well, since there's nothing going on, let's take a look at USD JPY. Well, it's
UJ
going.
is just rising.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to drop. I think it's going to come and fill this wick over here. So if you're looking for sells, you need to look for some resistance formed before taking sells.
I was actually looking at UJ. Had a good trade, but I mean the pips are just nothing.
Yeah. And how much was this? Oh wow.
Yeah, exactly.
10 pips in almost 2 hours. Holy. Look at GP CAD over here. 40 pips. Damn. Raja, why don't you open one more position and keep it open and break even when the trade is going your way? I don't know. I like to secure positions, you know, because I think in the past I have really lost a lot by not securing positions. So now I get just paranoid. So just secure positions. But sometimes I let them run. You know, like yesterday on GJ sells, I let my positions run and they ran nice. This one here with GP CAD, I had a sell, but you know, someone said that this move up would have stopped me out. You know, so I looked at this move down as like making a low and then creating a high. But on GJ, it just kept running down. There was nothing was there to stop me out.
And also, you were asleep, so you couldn't even look at the trade.
That is true. And I had a
Yeah,
trailing
man.
stop too.
Which is probably what kept it open for so long.
Yeah, they're the best trades.
Holy shit, this thing is still going down.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it on GJ actually, just in case.
Damn, look at this daily
The
coming all
GG
this.
and EG are at the same
Yeah.
point.
EJ is literally a barcode. Look at it.
All right, ladies and gents, I'm gonna head off.
Take care, have fun.
Thanks
See
for
you later,
another
dude.
fun stream.
Take care, Roman.
Ciao, ciao. See you guys tomorrow.
Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao. Raja, how to know which wick is going to be filled and which is not? Well, if you look at the momentum, as the momentum is down, then the wick is going to get filled. See this candle here, it made a low over here, came up to do a retest. Whenever price creates a low or a high, there's an 80% chance that low or high is going to get retested. It made a low, price came up, price came down. Once this low was broken, then there's a 100% chance price will fill this wick, and it filled that wick. Now, if you look at this same scenario, if you look at GP CAD over here, this same scenario, and if we look on USD CAD on daily, we have almost the same scenario. See this daily and see this 30-minute chart. Same scenario. So there's a high chance that this candle can come all the way down to 1.31150 and fill this wick. UJ is climbing and gold is dropping, and yeah.
Yeah, that was a big move on gold.
Yeah, big move.
Yeah.
Hey, Raja, I have a quick question for you about the GP CAD cells.
Yeah, Glenn.
I guess, so I saw when you took your position, but if I was waiting for that retest to test the low again, the first question is, would you have felt comfortable taking the trade off of the 15-minute candle that printed? I don't know if that's considered a strong candle.
This one right here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so we were basically talking about this as well. So basically what happened was that since this candle closed bearish, right, there was still no confirmation that we're going to break this support here that it formed once we break it, right? So if we go to the 30-minute time frame, we actually discussed this as well now. Okay, so perfect. So now, since this 30-minute candle closed bullish, for price to continue up, it needed to respect this low, right? But since once this candle started breaking the low, then you could anticipate, okay, then this 15-minute candle that closed bearish, that made the high for the 30-minute candle. So once the 30-minute candle is breaking this bullish candle's low, this is the chance where you say, okay, you know what, maybe this is where I can take a aggressive entry with my stop above the 30-minute candle, because now if it's broken the low, there's a higher chance it's going to continue going lower. Right? Because if it wants to go up, it should respect the candle's low, right? Like that's how trends are formed. Higher highs and higher lows. But when a low is broken, there's a chance price will now go in a downtrend. So the
once it was breaking the low, I guess, did the risk reward make sense if the target was that wick fill? Obviously it went farther down, but
yeah,
I don't know if it did.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because now you're counting on the fact that the daily momentum is down. Right? If you look on the 4-hour, goddamn 4 hours is dropping. If you look on the 4-hour, the next 4-hour support is down here around 1.71380. So even looking at the daily, right, you see that there was a clean candle on the daily, and that's our zone which it broke. And this is the point at 1.7200. This was that 30-minute low. Right, and then there's this clean candle. So now you're taking the sell based on the fact that, okay, I believe this will continue moving down since, you know, the daily momentum is down. And if you've studied GP CAD a lot, GP CAD is a pair that's very, very volatile. Once it starts moving, it moves really, really hard. I don't know if that answers the question or not.
Yeah, it did. I appreciate it. I just guess my target was that wick fill, so I was hesitant to take the trade with a 10 or 11 pip stop for a 9 pip gain.
Okay, yeah. So have you traded GPCAD a lot, like in the past?
I've never traded it, which is why I also didn't take it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, so before I traded GPCAD, I watched it for like 2 months, and I realized, man, this thing moves really, really hard. So even though sometimes, the wick fill is maybe like, let's say 9 pips away here and the stop is going to be like 10, 11 pips, there's still a chance that it can continue going in that direction. Also, provided that the CAD news was good. I mean, it came negative, but it came up to forecast, which is considered good. Because they were expecting minus 0.1 and it came to minus 0.1. Because right over here, I mean, I took a sell here. My stop was around like 17, 18 pips. So if you're looking at the 30 minute, the 30-minute wick was like 6, 7 pips, right? But I believe that I've seen it enough knowing that it can move further than that. So it moved further. So it's all based on the fact that how much you've seen something move, and then you like base all your confidence on those moves. Waiting for this candle to close below support for sales down to my next zone. Stops will be above previous candle. Oh, nice. Perfect. Man, this USD CAD is really going to fill that daily wick. Dumb question, Raja. Well, there are no dumb questions. But when the candle creates no wick on the bottom, let's say it's a bearish candle, what does that mean? That means there's no range for the next candle to continue down. I look at that as that, okay, like if a candle is going to leave a wick, that means the next candle is going to probably fill it. But when a candle leaves no wick, just like right over here, this means there's no range for the next candle to go down. So now, don't get me wrong, this is a 50-50 chance, right? So if the candle closes with no wick, there's a 50-50 chance that price is going to continue moving in that way, or it's going to go the opposite way. So when I see that, I don't try to take a trade based on that. Alright, do you agree with this sell stop idea? What's this? Gold. I don't agree with the sell stop idea. I don't know. I think the better way to look at gold would be like, okay, gold just made a low at 1470.43. A best idea would be to wait to see if it creates some sort of a resistance, has a pullback, and then retests that low at 1470.43. That's going to be a better analysis on gold. Because it broke a strong support at 1474, right? So it needs some sort of a retracement and then pew.
How's it go?
What's that, mate?
How's it go? Pew.
Oh, pew.
It's a technical term.
Yeah, it's a technical term. Look at this USD CAD. Just drop it. Troll Killer sent a chart. Let's take a look here. Oh, it's the same chart. Very nice. Heavy bullish candle, break support. I think you meant bearish candle. TP is a good one. Yeah, it's a good TP. It's a good TP. This makes sense if it continues dropping. Let's take a look here. Ooh, still ranging here.
Someone trading EJ.
No one's trading EJ?
Is someone trading EJ?
Oh, yeah, someone was.
Just ranging.
Yeah, it's just garbage. Look at that. Look at GJ, even GJ ranging. The only trade was GP CAD and USD CAD over here once it broke below, and now daily's gonna come all the way down.
There's a lot of finessing going on today.
Yep.
Everywhere.
To be honest, I've been trying to trade for 2 years now. I went from mentor to mentor, and no matter how much they taught me, it never made any sense. You're the first mentor I've been with and truly teaches something. Oh, he's not even my student. Instagram. Raja, are you still in GP CAD? Nope. I'm in nothing. Nothing at all. Had a pretty simple day today. Took GP CAD cells and a small one lot USD CAD, and that's about it. Provided trade ideas though too. Oh, can't open the chart. Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Have you ever had a losing day? Yes, yesterday was my losing day. I lost trades in New York session yesterday. So yesterday was a losing day. Brandon Carter has roid rage. No, I don't think he has roid rage. He doesn't use roids. It doesn't look like he used roids. I think he was going through some other stuff in his head and something was going on, and he just diverted all that anger to my post, because the meme I posted, it wasn't that bad at all. It wasn't as bad as to give that kind of a reaction out of him. I mean, his reaction was over the top, and I was scared for his mental health. I was like, man, is he going through something? This is not good at all. You know, so then I ended up removing that post, because, you know, I'm not a bad dude. I care for people, and that post was meant as a joke, and he just went very angry. You know, I think that was an internal internal rage he had for something. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Oh, something not important. It was just like the little thing that happened with Brendan Carter. What's this? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Break of that low concentration longest to the left. Oh, nice. Yeah, it should come down here then. I'm not even looking at you, but this looks good. What are your thoughts of a TP of 1.31250? 1.31250. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. That's approachable because now when you look left, you have clean candles here to the left. You know, it's just a matter of fact that if now price needs to respect this support as resistance now around 1.31400, so that you can get your 1.31250 and ultimately down to 1.31, you know, 140 or 150. I have watched the video of the Signs 2.0. I've seen this past 2 weeks your streams and I keep losing. I started my account with 50 euros. Now I have 34.93 euros. What can I do? I think you need to really see where your losses are coming from. You need to see how many positions you're taking in a day. That's what you need to look at. And I would also say get yourself a mentor who can look at your losses and he can guide you and advise you. And I'd also say get proper education. Man, getting proper education is a must. Trust me. I got education too. Like, you know, Ted was hosting a webinar and I signed up for that webinar. I paid him money to teach me and look where we are now. We got almost 1,000. Yeah, exactly.
Man, all about education.
$300 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
That's not a bad investment.
That was like how cheap I was.
Now with inflation, it's way too.
Yeah, so you're at $301.
Yeah.
No, it's all about education. Being dedicated. That's not a bad return. I would have thought $300 for that in the long run.
I mean, exactly what happened was supposed to happen. Is people come out of learning from someone else and they make things better. Like there's evolution. And you look at that as that's the ultimate compliment, because now someone's created something on their own based on sort of your origination, and you get to watch that growth. I think a lot of people don't see that. They don't see that perspective. I see that all the time. I've always wanted everybody to grow past me because it's great, because now there's alternatives. People can learn from different people, and you know, we've seen this growth. There's, you know, 850 to 1,200 people every day coming here learning for free that started, you know, something like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yep. It's a nice evolution.
Yeah.
And very, very thankful, Rakeel and Ted.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, we've met a lot of great people. You know, even Anthony. Anthony's been here from day one too.
We've met a lot of great people, even Anthony.
Anthony count.
Thanks, Ted. That's it. I'm going to go kill that fucking cat now.
I guess I was formulating two thoughts at once. I apologize.
That was over-analysis. That was.
Yeah, it's basically. I basically. I'm gonna have the Billy Madison now. There's gonna be, I think it's Billy Madison, where he calls up that guy and he's like, "Sorry for making fun of you back in the day," and he's like, "Oh yeah,
yeah."
Put on puts on lipstick, and I just have a feeling I just got added to Anthony's list now.
Yeah, but I don't wear lipstick.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Thanks, Chris.
I've seen it.
I don't wear eyeliner like what you do.
Oh, geez.
At the emphasis off my hairline. That's.
Oh, it's so funny. The other day, I felt bad for Daniel when he was on my live, and everyone was just commenting about his hairline.
Oh, man. You know, I felt for him.
I told him afterwards, I'm like, sorry, I just couldn't stop laughing because, like, you have to respect. Like, this is the one thing I'll give people credit to when your funny comments are on point. Like, I have to give you respect. Like, when you have comedic timing, and some of those comments were just absolute gold. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not, you turn around and say, well, he's making fun of him. But at the same time, too, if you look at it from a perspective of everyone's just trying to be funny, like, those are genuinely funny comments. Like, when people make funny comments about me, like, I have a good laugh. Like, some of them are really well done. Like, I give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, and you can't take stuff too serious.
No.
Well, if that, I probably won't be on this stream. So.
Yeah, literally everybody has to wear like a ski mask when they come on Instagram Live.
Yeah, I have to keep putting my hat back on.
Yeah. protect everything.
It's like a roast session.
I know, like everyone comes out. Even yesterday when I was talking to Anna, like, holy cow.
Oh, mate, yeah.
It's like everybody, like, heaven forbid you do something. Like,
I was a bit confused with that actually last night because I just went on Instagram and I saw it looked like you were doing live, so I clicked on it and I was like, why is Ted at the bottom?
No, she I just had, like, I was literally sitting watching like TV, and she literally went on live, and then I was gonna see, and then she's like, oh, can I interview you? I'm like, oh, this is not gonna end well in my head, because now all that's gonna happen is my notification is gonna go off that I'm live, and you're gonna bring in like 150 people.
It's actually a pretty interesting conversation. Actually.
Yeah, no, she's a very good marketer. She does a very good work, like in terms of like branding and things like that. So she's very good at what she does. And it's great to hear her perspective. And she tried trading, didn't really work out and stuff like that, but she did other things. So
yeah, seems to be doing all right.
Yeah.
Hey Ted, going back on what you were talking about before, you ever watch Don Rickles?
Who's that? Sorry.
He's one of the best comedians of all time, but he would just roast people in the audience and didn't give a shit about what he talked about. It was, you gotta look him up on YouTube.
Okay.
He is
I'll
so
check
funny.
it. Yeah, I'll check that then. That's cool. Yeah, I think I just at a certain point, like everybody wants their 5 minutes of fame. And you sort of have to accept that. Like when, all I ever say in terms of getting roasted is never bring like private information or family information into it. Like if you're gonna roast me, you just take care of me. Like I wouldn't want you to say anything about my mother or my father or anything like that. There's a limit, right? So like that's how I look at it. So if people make comments about me or whatever, it's funny, like it's entertainment, because if I'm gonna dish it, I have to be able to take it. And it's just when you cross the line, that's where I take offense, because it's just like, man, like I didn't say anything about your family or anything like that. Like we're just talking.
Yeah, I mean that's where you get the whole people that can take it and not. You shouldn't be in it if you can't.
Right. Yeah. Like if I'm gonna issue it, like I know I have to take it. Like because there's people that roast me all the time, and I'm fine with that.
It's like Rakeel's live last night. As soon as that came on, I looked in there. Man's had a fresh haircut, so there's some abuse right there. Straight out.
That's exactly how Rickles was, though. Like he could, he knew how to draw a line. He was De Niro's right-hand man in Casino. You ever see Casino?
Oh yes. Okay, now the heavy set.
That's Don Rickles, but he plays like a serious character in that.
That's right. Yeah, he was the pit boss. Yeah.
He was the funniest person on the planet. He was like really close with Sinatra and the Rat Pack and all those guys.
All right, let's take a look.
If you look up Don Rickles, Larry King, he roasts Larry King for 30 straight minutes on his show, just talking shit about his show. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, the entire 1985 interview.
Yeah, he.
Oh, it's even on CNN.
He makes Larry King look like a little kid, like laughing the entire time.
He roasted Reagan as well. That's what I said.
Yeah, he's roasting Larry King the whole time.
Awesome.
Oh, everyone stop talking.
Oh, I'm texting. I'm just looking up hair clinics.
If you want me to come with you for a refund when you go back to the thing, I'm happy to.
Oh dear. Yeah, that might be. It might be a job. I might just take it all off at some point soon. You know, go for that shiny look.
Trump will not be president again, says the pip hungry slut. I'm pretty sure he will be.
Jackie Mason. Now, he's a fantastic Jewish comedian.
Jackie Mason. See, this is why it's gone quiet. We started talking about it. Every single person's Googling it or YouTubing it.
Yeah, that's what I was doing right now, actually.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Jackie Mason, you will piss yourself. Guaranteed.
Have I ever had a mullet? Nope. My hair's always been short. I've never had long hair in my life.
Can you imagine you with a mullet?
Yeah, seriously.
They don't suit people over 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Ted's not a hillbilly redneck to have a mullet.
Rakeel had a mullet back in the day, don't you?
No.
Yeah, it was. We've seen the pictures.
No. Oh, that's not a mullet.
Otherwise, that just
that's a full-on fresh puberty hair. That's what it is.
That's a grunge hardcore metal look.
Oh, would like to see price form resistance or lower time frame. I think if you can get a bearish close on the 30-minute here on gold, you could get another move down, further down. You gotta wait for that close.
Yo, I'm even getting private messages about hair clinics. Oh, I appreciate it though, really. Thank you. I will check it out actually. I'm going to get acupuncture in my head first so I can go flying. So once that's done, I might consider doing my hair.
Wouldn't worry about it, Chris. I'm spending thousands on my teeth.
On your teeth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's expensive, man. But we can't all have that, like that gold rack, man. That's not really not my cup of tea.
Like doing that. I'm just getting the bastards blatant.
Yeah, it can be expensive though, man. What,
I'm $5 grand at the moment. Oh, just over
5.
Eh?
$5 grand already.
Yeah.
Jeez. Soon adds up.
Well, you could have came to Pakistan and then done your whole mouth for like $1 grand.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Might have to go for a little trip.
Yeah, I think it's only like what £500 to fly to Pakistan from England.
Yeah, it's not super.
Yeah.
I mean,
What sort of teeth do you get there? Like wooden blocks or?
Get
Yeah, yeah, you gotta sharpen them every so often.
Yeah, get some
These
slate.
a couple of teeth were nicked off this dead guy. You know, don't worry
Oh
about it.
man, yeah.
Oh yeah, here's some donations from this dead guy.
Yeah, UK people have massive teeth because they're always fighting each other when they're kids.
Believe in the Illuminati today. This is Facts and History, and welcome to my channel. What?
Do you think we should get a real estate dip soon? I have no idea.
It's always up and down.
See, now GJ has been ranging all day long. My opinion, we are headed towards a crash after make 2008 look small. I think there are like a lot of measures they've taken now to not let that happen again. Those big crashes.
To be as big as that would be that'd be massive.
Bow, 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 bow. See what's happening in the world of Instagram. Oh.
Babe, did you know that there's a thing on TikTok going around that if you could...
Oh, maybe I should just get that on my head.
Let's see here. Let's see what we can get. Let's go to trades. When I'm bored, this is what I do. Oh wow, someone opened a gold buy, 1473. Someone in the UJ sells. Let's take a look here. Oh, nice sell on UJ. From that resistance. Let's see who else. Oh, someone opened a gold sell while candles are going up.
79.
Yeah, that's not pretty.
Yeah, it's not good.
Another profitable day thanks to Excellent Lie. Oh, thank you. Mind having a look at EG for me? Yeah, for sure. If you sent a chart, we're going to look at it. Price break above would push to next resistance strong. Yeah, so far it's just ranging. But how can you see candles like this? I like the analysis.
That's actually an interesting chart when it zoomed in. I've looked at that a fair bit recently.
Check out AUD CAD. Let's check out AUD CAD. Oh wow, it's dropping. See this guy, Switch Trader? This was one of the first people I messaged when I started learning Forex. And you know what he did? He didn't reply to me.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't reply to me.
Obviously not good enough for him.
And you know what he is now? He's a signal provider.
Guys, one of those key levels has been...
His signal was AUD CAD buys yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's dropping.
How long you got to hold them for?
I don't know.
Until it's profit.
Oh, there's another guy I know. He did a $22 million withdrawal.
Yes.
Yeah, $22 million withdrawal, man. I'm telling you. Look at these clowns over here. Look at this. 22 million peso, I think, or maybe less than that, but
wow.
If I did a $22 million withdrawal, Chris, I wouldn't be selling signals for $300.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure I've even bothered about posting on Instagram with that
Look at
level.
this. His link is called Money Printer.
That is it. So I need to start following more people.
Yeah, 6,000 members, man.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if they all paid a $1 million each, that's.
Oh, he follows me. Oh, wow.
He's probably on the stream right
Yeah,
now.
he follows me.
Copying.
Man, I mean, this is so cringe-worthy. You know, so cringe-worthy. People believe it. I mean,
unless it's a different. What currency is like super like? I don't know. You get like 10 million for.
yeah, this is US dollar, because if you look at the pip count, move from this is
yeah.
US dollar. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. 3-month signals, $175. 1 year, $550.
Yeah, but you get that bottle and you get the bottle though. Look.
Yeah, you get the bottle and the glass.
Yeah, you thought about that. Yeah.
But hey guys, look, I withdrew $22 million.
I'll be ashamed to post that shit.
I'd be ashamed to post that shit too. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know if I should post it.
How many people are gonna be like, yeah, of course it is, whatever, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, but there are people who believe it, man.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Trust me, there are people who believe this.
Give it another year or so.
I mean, look at this. Look at this full margin on a $15 million account. No one in their right mind is going. And man, the next thing is, like, brokers aren't giving you this much leverage either.
Hell no.
On a $15 million account.
I think, if you had a $15 million account, if you took 1% gain, I think you'd be quite happy.
Yeah, I mean, people fall for this stuff.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I did back in the day, so
yeah.
Give it another year, take over the world, mate. We'll be fine. No one will believe it.
Private hedge fund. Bank analysis. Wow. He has bank analysis, so this means he sends signals that banks take.
Ted, you want to sign this guy up? I think that would help.
Man. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy talk.
Yep.
Like, trust me, man, if banks had a system, and banks are here to make money. They're here to make money. Banks are not going to let you make money. And banks will never, ever, ever disclose how they trade.
No.
So yeah.
You could probably find out if you've got super money.
Yeah, super.
But you got to be in that game then. You're in that. You're in. If that makes sense.
Somebody got to trade the bank money, so obviously they have to disclose it to somewhere.
Yep.
But to who?
That's the question.
Who is that person?
Yeah.
Maybe it's either this guy or the Forex scalper.
I think it might be the Forex scalper.
Might be the Forex scalper.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can't look him up because I'm blocked, man.
You're going to go on Instagram one day and literally look at
Look at this.
Instagram.
Hello, I purchased your hedge fund indicator.
Oh my god.
Seriously?
Wow.
Hedge fund indicator. I never know such thing exists.
Yeah. And you know what, man? I think all his followers are bot. They're all fake followers. Because look at his likes. I mean, okay, this is 1,000 likes, but 300 likes, 160 likes, 136.
That how much the car got? The car shit got more likes.
Car got like 500 likes.
Yeah, he's not average. Something's wrong with that. For 60K, you're averaging 500 likes. Something's wrong with that.
Something's wrong with that.
Nice car though, actually.
I'm gonna wait for him to drive this car for a whole year. But if I look over here, look at this. 900 likes, 300.
Who's this for?
300, 700, 600, 300, 700, 600. Because 42,000 followers. Oh, 42.9.
Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, see, these aren't fake
Alright.
followers.
All right, look at your likes. Look at that. Click on your recent picture.
Look, okay, recent this one. 900.
Yeah.
300. 3, 7, 600, 500. Oh,
anything with money always gets more likes.
no, that's not true. This meme got 1,200 likes.
Yeah.
Which one?
Any meme, man. I think.
Hey, you can see it?
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
What about the money pick? What the money pick got? See, told you.
1,100. All right, look, this one got 1,000 likes almost.
Yeah, but I'm saying with the money gets more.
Yeah.
Is that the only
what?
Oh, look at that. What about that pitch right there?
2,900 likes.
Which one is that? Got 2,900. The one with the money?
No, man. Are you even looking at the screen?
I'm looking at the screen. I can't see your mouse.
Oh.
Here's your mouse.
Here, look at this.
It's progression. That's what it is.
Yeah, my name is always on that shit. See, I always support you.
Yes.
Hang on, get gold star quick.
Not those fucking fake followers. I actually like pics.
Yep, same.
Fake followers.
Chris, I always watch all your videos. I never see you post them.
Yeah, I like playing with the story, man. I don't really post nothing on my page.
Yeah, I always.
But the story, I always do something. It passes some time. Some of it's quite funny, I think, sometimes.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. When was this? Nice risk there.
Yeah.
Very nice risk.
That was when the market was fucking spiking on me that I wasn't paying fucking attention, man. History never repeats itself because it broke new highs.
Yeah.
And I wasn't paying attention. So I kind of scale out the trade.
I remember that when you were talking. Yeah.
Wow. See, even Kavan has good likes here. 100 likes. Look at this.
How many followers Kavan got?
800 likes, man. Wow.
Yeah, that's good from that amount of followers, dude. That's because of organic growth.
And I barely post anything anymore.
Yeah, I ain't got shit. I don't post enough stuff, man. I'm not that.
Dude, you guys saw the chick in New York who staged her kidnap?
Actually, I think I see something on the news quick, but I wasn't too
This
sure.
chick staged a kidnap with her mom because she hated her life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, God, they just snatched her from her mom.
Wow.
She said they're gonna prosecute her to the full extent of the law.
That's well messed.
I thought she just did it for some clout. I was like, she about to get a big payday.
That's what everyone goes about now. It's all about that clout.
Yeah, man. Clout, man.
Clout.
Clout gets you paid.
Who made that word, clout?
I have no idea where that word came from.
That's an English
But-
word, man.
But the guy that was using against Rakeel, he was like, Rakeel's doing it for clout. I'm like, motherfucker, you got 11,000 followers and he has 40,000. Why would he do that for clout?
Who?
The guy that's gonna flew to Canada.
Oh, Brandon Carter?
I didn't want to mention his name. Can you
Oh.
bleep that out?
Yeah, Brandon Carter.
Bleep that out. Bleep.
Beep.
I didn't want to give him no more clout.
Yeah, there's enough of that.
Yeah. No, that word been around for before that song with Offset and Cardi B. I thought 6ix9ine created that word. I heard of 6ix9ine.
Man, nah, we created that word back in. That's what you used to get if you didn't pay attention to your parents.
Oh.
Yeah, Oh, okay, because I thought I heard. Matter of fact, I heard it in a Biggie Small song. That's when I first heard it. I'm lying. I heard it in a Biggie Small song. I guess it's an old word that came back popular.
Yeah, that's how it
Yeah,
works.
one of those things.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys caught any trade?
Yeah, I caught GP CAD sells earlier
No,
on.
I did some in Asian, and so there was a win and a loss, and I ain't done nothing since.
Yeah, I think he blocked me, Brandon Carter.
Yeah, I need to start following more people to keep up with the whole world.
Yeah, I'm blocked.
He talks about stuff I don't even see.
I'm blocked. Why do people block me, man? I don't understand.
I don't know, man.
Because this is how they look at us.
Salty.
So those salty eyes.
Yeah. Imagine another year. Oh, man.
They block the real so they don't get exposed. The problem with the social media and all these trading gurus is you don't know who's real from fake anymore, man. Like everyone's doing it for either from a business standpoint. Like if you probably have a lot of good traders out there, but the bad outweighs the good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I actually the guy that did chat with traders, I actually said, hey man, I love your podcast, but I stopped listening to it because you don't have any Forex traders on there. And his response back to me was like, find a Forex trader that doesn't sell a course and I'll have them on. So like he made a good point, you know what I mean? Like everyone has a course.
But
I understand it's a business standpoint, you know what I mean? But make money and trade at the same time. There's nothing wrong with it, but the bad outweighs the good, you know what I mean?
But at the same time, like most of the people he has had on, they all have courses, all of them. They all say, okay, where can they find you? They have a website. You go through a website, and then there we go. There's like a $3,000 course on how to start options.
Okay, but equity traders are a lot more legit than a Forex trader. Like I buy a course from an equity trader or option trader any day than a Forex trader because their gains, like they don't have like demos in that industry.
Yes.
Like if you try to post a demo account, it'll show you that it's demo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like whoever created MetaTrader, like they fucked up the whole industry because you can't tell a real account from a fake account. That's the problem.
There's a lot of hacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the equity market, there's no hacks. You know.
What about futures?
No, there's no hacks. Like if you're paper trading, you'll see it. The account is brown, so you can't fake it.
Oh, it's brown.
You can't fake withdrawals from that. You can't fake it. There's no way. And then there's the terminals. Like you have two major terminals, either E-Trade or Thinkorswim, and you can't fake those terminals.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with C-Trader. Like you've like if you worked on it, it's demo and live are two very different.
Yeah.
They're two very different.
And that's like I said, the Forex industry, like it's this, like I'll tell anyone, like I wish I found this out years ago when I started trading, because like this industry, you don't need a lot of capital to make money. You know, if you go to equity side, unless it's futures or options, you need at least 25,000 to day trade.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're not gonna find a equity trader that ran up 25 into 100,000 in a week or two. Like it's hard. But in this market right here, the leverage and you could just run it up. You could run your account up if you have good risk management.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also true. Plus also, like people who what I've noticed is that people are on Instagram who run it as a business, I'm blocked from all those people.
Yeah.
That's how I know. You know, except for Q Banks, he's the only person who hasn't blocked me. Maybe because like we talk here and there, but whatever. But everyone else has just have me blocked for some reason. I don't know.
Because Q's like me, man. He doesn't entertain all that shit. Like you could even talk shit about him, he's never gonna block you in anything. Because like for me personally, like if you said something about me, I got emotion, it must be true. It must be true. Like, like he could, if Rakeel talks his shit, I'm like, oh, that guy, like, you must have hit a spot. That is true. Like,
that's
if you're
true.
a real trader, legit, like, your course and everything should stand for itself. But all these guys that came back at him, something must be wrong.
Yeah.
Normally,
because things aren't working so well.
Yeah.
But I don't understand, like, if they're solid, man, no matter what you say, their students should be able to support them or someone, but like I said, you have mixed reviews, he had a whole bunch of mixed reviews. Kudos to him if he's doing his thing, like, whatever, each his own.
But you're right, it did really hurt his nerve over there. I mean, I was telling the guys, I mean, that post I made didn't really require that much of a reaction. I mean, his reaction was just so amazing. So, I mean, it was interesting because I was like, man, is this something happening internally inside of him that he's lashing out through this reaction, or is it just because he's mad about the post?
That's the biggest reaction I ever saw you got before, man. Like, I've seen a lot, but that dude was like over top.
Yeah.
Like his veins was popping out.
God.
Because you hit a nerve. Like, you hit a nerve.
Yeah. I hit a nerve, and then he said, yeah, Sean Lee wanted to fight me, and then man, it was just like so crazy talk.
Even Sean, man, never came like that crazy before. You know what I mean? And you've been at Sean for years, and he never hit a spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Like I said, man, you know what I mean? You're taking either you're taking food away from him or something, man. Like, I don't know, but that he just overreacted. Like, I would have just like kept my mouth shut. I'm like, okay, the results is gonna prove it. Like, I'll show you the results.
Yeah.
And the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. And I think the only reason sometimes I go hard at people is because, like, we show results here every day.
Well, you can't get much more transparent.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the thing. You don't have to try to be transparent when it's.
And you don't even have to show your results, man. I see those guys who are sending you posts. That other guy that I think you posted yesterday or today, like he made 2K. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yep.
So. Like, I don't see none of these other guys that's posting their students like saying, hey, this is this and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I rarely see. The only person I see that does that is Q friend, Ryan. And I think that's it, man. I don't think anyone else posts their student results.
Yeah, I think no one does.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, man, like I understand, like, not everyone's going to be a successful trader, but volume speaks, you know what I mean? At some point, you know what I mean? Some students are going to get it and some are not. But like for those guys that you've been posting lately, you know what I mean? Like, it shows that, you know what I mean, that you're reputable.
I like to show that, because that gives them some sort of confidence. Okay, you know what? Like, we're not bad. Like, we're doing something right.
Yeah.
Oh, USD CAD reached target, and the daily wick has been filled. Well, I'll take that as a daily wick fill right there.
Oh yeah, and Fib Don't Lie has been posting his students' results, and that guy Daniel Savage been posting his students' results. So, you know what I mean? There's a couple. Like, if anyone asks me, like, I would say the real traders out there, man, is I would give it to like. The Fib Don't Lie, Rakeel, the Savage guy, Q Banks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that
You
Savage
know,
guy.
huh?
I like that Savage. Sorry, man. I was a bit.
He's very entertaining, man. He's like the 6ix9ine of this thing,
Yeah,
man.
because I'm new
He's-
to the whole social media thing.
Yeah, I like
enjoy-
his little skits.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah, that's the whole point of, well, for me, social media. And then you see stuff like that, and then it's like, I enjoy watching that one, and then I'll go and click on another one of his, and then next thing I know, it's like, wow, I've watched loads of his stuff. So then it's like, I can't wait for the next one.
I told him to post that that KLT when the guy called the broker. I told him to post that on his page, man. That thing was so funny. It's like, hello, this is KOT.
Hello.
What you took a trade during election?
Yeah, unlucky.
Well, guys, it's been a nice ride. I'm gonna head off.
Yeah, I'm going to get the girl.
Yeah.
Right, have a good afternoon.
All right.
Take care, everybody. Take care, Kavan, Chris.
Yeah, dude. Have a good one.
Have a good one.